you can pack that and it's going to be heavy and it's going to hurt, but your recovery time, like some packs will just destroy your hips or just like, you're all messed up. So it's going to take you a bit. The insulation piece of the parka is insane. Like it's been one of our staples. But the newer stuff is definitely pretty awesome.
What is up, everybody? Mark on the mic, Mr. Eric Barber to my right. And across from us, very special guests from Kifaru. We have Eris, Colt, and Ken. And this is a full house, and we've been having a really full, great time this last week.
Yes, sir.
You guys are in town, so thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
You've been in town doing a bit of turkey hunting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We've been out getting after it.
Yeah.
You guys have been hardcore. You have been getting after it.
Waking up at 3. Yeah.
It's a tough time of year to hunt. Days are long. Weather's humid.
Yeah. No, it's been good though. I mean, this is my first Eastern turkey hunt. Growing up on the West, it's Rios and Merriam's, but no, it's been struggling. Obviously, the weather kind of just hasn't really gotten tune with with what we want to do. Yeah, but it's been off and on. But it's been muggy too. Yeah, very warm.
Yeah, you guys have had some challenging conditions for sure, but I mean, it really does show that number one, you guys are good turkey hunters, but also perseverance. I mean, you've been burning the candle at both ends. You haven't been missing mornings. You haven't been taking time off, and you guys have 3 birds to show for it.
Yeah. It's been 3:30 in the morning, and then not sleep till 10:30 at night, and then just on repeat.
Yeah.
So we're running on fumes, so excuse us if there's
wake
something
up in
in
a
this
trance.
podcast.
Lots of
the
coffee.
coffees,
Lots of coffee, some half delirious pre-podcast discussion. Which I don't know, like somehow I don't know if there's a way to integrate it in this, but there's some really good material in there. So, for this podcast, I want to chat with you guys, learn a little bit more about you. I want to talk about Kifaru. I think we'll definitely get more into the hunt and your week here. Mm-hmm. But like I said, we got a full house, so I figured we'd start with some icebreakers, Eric. So I'm Mark, and I like mangoes. No, I'm just kidding.
I hate that.
I think everybody does. Whoever came up with that, stop. I mean, maybe the genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah.
What's a fun fact?
Eris, man, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit of your background, how you ended up at Kifaru, and what you're doing there. We'll just kind of go down the line.
Yeah. Name's Eris. I'm the apparel designer at Kifaru. I've been there for about 1.5 years now, and I've been professionally designing clothes for a long time, maybe almost 13, 14 years now, and I was at First Light for 4 years, and then before that, I was in New York City actually doing big luxury clothing, but just wanted kind of an outdoor connection and made my way out west. And so, now I'm here.
Were you actively, involved in the outdoors? Were you hunting and stuff like that when you were in New York?
I was, a little bit growing up, and then it kind of it faded out, you know, in college. And I think being in a big city, I spent, I went to college in Chicago, so that was a city experience, then went straight to New York. And I think being in those big cities, I was losing the connection and wanting to get back to it. And then just getting burnt out in a place like New York. And it was long term, I knew I didn't want to stay there. I wanted something, more Western mountain and country and things like that. So I knew I had to make that sort of pivot. So
nice.
Sweet.
Very cool. Colt?
Yeah.
What do you got going on?
Yeah, I'm the content manager, so I do all the in-house media. So that's just one dude just doing all the camera work and video work. But I originally got a degree in biology, and so I wanted to be a game warden. And I was a park ranger in Colorado for 4 years and kind of picked up Western hunting. I got into hunting a little bit later in life. But I got a camera and just started following my buddies around and just really loved capturing moments and found that to be really rewarding. And I kind of leaned more into that. And then applied at Kifaru. I just sent in my resume, and I called Bonnie from customer support. I was like, hey, you guys hiring? She's like, no, but send in your resume. A month later, I got a job in customer service, and then on our off time, Kenny and I would just go out and get content and go on, high country mule deer hunts or
he's still in customer service.
Yeah, just taking my own personal camera and getting dragged along by Kenny and trying to get some photos for you guys to use. And then last January, they made me full time as the content guy. So
dude,
I've been doing
sweet.
that. It's a dream come true.
That's
really
super cool.
I wake up, I'm like, man, I get to do this. This is insane. Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah. And then, Kenneth Thrall. I'm from Western Oregon. Been at Kifaru for 4 years now. Moved out 4 years ago. But I'm a community manager at Kifaru. Kind of just recently got moved in that, but kind of been wearing a bunch of different hats throughout the years. Starting inventory manager, going into a little bit of customer service, inventory, like everything, shows, all that, doing videos, product videos. But now I kind of have it's nice to have a full set, role. So, kind of the Swiss Army knife for the last 2.5 years, and then now community manager. But yeah, growing up in Western Oregon, hunting all the time with my brothers, that's kind of instantly right into it. We grew up on a farm and stuff. So went out to the West right out of high school. Out to East, I guess, to Wyoming, and fell in love with it. Like, lived there in the Western side for 2.5 years, had to move back to Oregon. And I was like, I need to get back to Wyoming. Yeah. But Kifaru was moving out from Colorado to Wyoming, and I literally was just like, hey, I'm going to buy a house in Wyoming, like telling, the former GM, and I was like, hey, I'm going to buy a house out there. I want to work for you guys, And they're like, yeah, we'll be hiring and stuff, and they're like, we'll see. And I bought a house out there, and I said, hey, I bought a house out here. Like, I want to work for you guys. And they're like, all right, you got a job. Like, pretty much.
Dude, that's guys cool. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. They're like, all right, you got a job. I'd never sent in a resume.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
When did that big relocation from Colorado to Wyoming hit? Was that 22?
It was 4 years ago. So, 22.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I remember probably seeing like a similar post on Instagram about like Kifaru was moving, whatever.
Yep.
And I thought in that moment when I saw that post, I'm like, I wonder how many people are using this as like an opportunity to like chase that, live in Wyoming, which is, if you're a hunter, like there's no better place.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's really cool. That was the thing that Yeah. Actually, taxes are crazy there.
It's always cold. It's cold. It's windy. It's terrible, actually.
Yeah.
I'm always looking. I might move out to Wisconsin. Never know.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
but it's a cool place.
Yeah. No, it's been awesome. I literally just wanted to go work at Kifaru. I would sweep floors, and then I would just be hunting all the time, just on my own time. I never ambitioned to do any of that for Kifaru, just wanted to live in Wyoming. Yeah. But now I'm here, and
super
with you guys here at
at
Vortex HQ. It's crazy.
Cracking birds.
Cracking birds. Yeah.
It's super cool when you can get an experience like that where you are, with Kifaru's not a younger company, but where you are wearing multiple hats and you get to see all sides of everything. And I think it makes you a really good employee just because you do have that visibility on what kind of each segment of the company is doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And which that's the thing, like going through all that, it definitely helped a ton to know each, aspect of it. Obviously stuff changes as you go into other roles, but working in customer service, even, like it.
Yeah, you learn a lot.
You learn a lot, and you know what customers are asking for in a way, and or what a common issue is.
Yeah.
But that was awesome, and then and then the gear side, like testing out gear and stuff, is fun. Obviously, testing out clothing, and then Eric Bender, you got 2 B's, but Eric Bender, our pack designer. He's been our pack designer since 2014, wasn't it?
I think it's 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's been there a while, and dude, he is insane. Like he has an idea, and he can sew it up in that day, like a pack.
Yeah.
Well, and to have somebody in that position for that length of time and be so intimately familiar with each iteration.
Yeah.
Like you just have that history. You're not like asking somebody like, well, why did this idea come about? Or it might be, I don't know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you got to experience some of the new products that we're going to launch this month, and like it's pretty, like he sewed that up. Like that's
unreal.
Yeah, it's
really
insane.
It's like shelf quality. It's mind blowing.
Holy smokes. I never would have. That's actually the first time I'm hearing that he like just sewed that thing up for this trip. Like that's
like we got that fabric, then in what was it, a couple weeks, like if not a week before, because we were kind of crunching time. And it was just like, hey, we got to get this, and he did it, in a day. It's just like, it's nuts how fast he can. And he can literally have a bag, bring it in the morning, like, hey, check this out. We're like, all right, maybe make some changes here. Go back, sew up another one in the afternoon.
Dude, that is crazy.
That is just so rapid. I never would have looked at that and been like, oh, yeah, that was just kind of like a rapid prototype that we just...
Never in a million years.
Yeah, Bender, he's insane. Yeah.
Wow, that is unreal. Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, and something's like people don't know because he's kind of like in the shadows.
He's really humble. He doesn't like to brag.
He doesn't like to brag about it. But he's
whatever you guys need, like we'll sew it up. And
not me. I'll do any podcast.
This guy's out here. Yeah, our clothing designer. But this fun aspect of that, like we have the clothing piece and then the packs piece, and then testing that out, like. Yeah. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the clothing stuff is relatively new.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
This year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, and you guys got experience with it too.
Yeah.
So Yeah. We're excited.
Yeah.
Did you guys have clothing? Like you had a couple pieces way back when.
So we always had our parka. So
that's the one I'm familiar with.
Yep, the puffy jacket. Yep. That's been around, man, I don't know how long.
2000.
I mean, ever since I can.
It's like a long
really
time.
old,
It's kind of been a staple piece, and that's not going anywhere. Like
Yeah.
we'll still have the parka. Sure. We have a new synthetic puffy jacket as well. But yeah, we've always had the parka. We've had the parka pants as well. Yeah. So majority of it is just insulation stuff. Right. We had a
like
kind
a
of
full
a
system
grid fleece, I guess, a little bit, but it wasn't so technical as like what he has created. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. The insulation piece of the parka is insane. Like it's been one of our staples. But the newer stuff is definitely pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, it's definitely like rounded it out like as a family of apparel rather than just 100%. Like one-off installation pieces, you know.
Here's
that's
a puffy
cool.
jacket and then it's like here's a backpack. It's kind of like
that's weird.
Yeah.
Well, let's chat a little bit about, some of the gear, because you have the apparel, you have the packs, you have some accessories. So let's dive into like each category. I mean, I know I became first familiar with Kifaru like mostly on the pack side of the house, but you guys have a lot going on, and you have some fringe stuff, but some really cool products at the same time.
Yeah. And then like you were just talking about the steelhead, like, that you didn't know we had
those fringe products.
Yeah. The steelheads, chest rig. I'm not much of a fisherman, but he fly fishes a bunch.
Yeah, that's great. There's so many products like that. Like people are like, I didn't even know this existed. Like this would be awesome. I would love to have this.
Yeah. Or that were like really like Kifaru innovations. Like they were the first ones, like 10, 20 years ago that would bring it to market. And
the gun bear.
It's kind of proliferated across the market now, but Kifaru really engineered that from the jump, which is pretty cool.
Even the teepees, like Patrick designing the teepees, that's every teepee company now is originated from Patrick's design. They should. Like that's the thing, just keep innovating. But like he was a pioneer in that, which is crazy. You know what I mean? And it's
kind of all the history is like really deep in it.
Yeah, even the lumbar system, like having that prominent lumbar with the wide hip belts, like Patrick, like starting
that's something that's definitely unique to you guys. Yep. I've got a bunch of packs, from a bunch of different brands, and like I bought a Striker, the OG Striker, the year that it came out, kind of as like a whitetail pack, and then you guys dropped the Striker XL. I actually sold my Striker, bought the Striker XL because I wanted like
a little more.
Yeah, a little bit more. I wanted the water bottle holders, stuff like that. But that was the first thing that I noticed with both of those packs was like being my first Kifaru packs was like the more prominent, like that lumbar pad on the lower part of your back, and then how wide the hip belts are. What is the like rationale there? Because it is comfortable. Yeah. It's unbelievably comfortable.
Very comfortable, and it's gonna it's more comfortability, but also just hauling. So it keeps the weight on your hips, and it's not gonna slide. And the way the design, like it's gonna cup your hips, and then if that nothing's worse than hiking out. And I've had other packs in the past where it's just you're constantly adjusting it, going back. It's like this will lock it in, and then you're good to go.
That's super cool.
And just the comfortability aspect, like you're not having a tiny thin belt that's going to be digging into your side. Like it cups it, keeps it comfortable. But yeah, that's been around for a while. Like he's had that design, and obviously there's no reason to change it. And the other companies have like kind of copied, which they should. Like it's a good system. Like people or the pack companies that still have the thin belts, I don't understand. That I just know, like for hauling and everything. The reason I wanted to work for Kifaru is because I tried one on. Like I had other pack companies that failed, but got a Kifaru, and I was like, I can kill anything anywhere because I can pack all that weight, any weight imaginable, and get it out, and I know my pack's not going to fail. I'm going to fail before the pack does.
For sure. You know? Definitely.
A good backpack is invaluable. Like it is one of those pieces of kit. Like if you are going to be, hunting the backcountry, or even just like, it doesn't have to be like a couple miles. Like if you plan on, having to break an animal down and get it out or haul a significant load in, maybe you are backpack hunting, something like that. If you have an uncomfortable pack or you're fighting your backpack or it doesn't fit right or it doesn't adjust right, it makes a miserable experience.
Yeah. I remember like one of the first podcasts we did when we like started the Vortex Nation podcast was one that I sat down with you and Paul, and I think Ryan as well. And it was like right before I went on that like first actual like Western hunt. I was going out to archery mule deer hunt, and I was asking you guys like, okay, what are the things I really need to nail? And that's exactly what you mentioned. Like that's 8 years ago now. Like boots, packs, like get that stuff dialed. Everything else can kind of
boots, packs, optics, and I mean honestly, apparel. Like I think,
clothing,
I mean we're so blessed these days.
Oh yeah,
with the technical apparel. I mean, you can hunt longer. You can be more comfortable. You can be more comfortable staying out. Right. Like
right.
Definitely the difference between number one. I mean, crummy apparel, you could die, get like hypothermia and die. Like that's your worst case scenario.
Oh yeah,
that is definitely worst case scenario.
But you can also stay longer if you have to stay the night. You're comfortable. Like you don't have to go home.
No.
Penalty death.
Yeah. 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 It's insane that especially the clothing side, but even the pack side, how it's changed in the last 10 years or even 5 years. Like, we just launched the new carbon fiber frame. That ARC was that 2 years ago. It's just a straight sheet of, and you've tried like the carbon sheet of carbon. We have 25-inch frame and 22, but the hauling capabilities of that, and it's just a sheet of carbon.
Yeah.
Like
it's crazy. Yeah. Like when you look at just the carbon, like without anything on it, you're like, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's the frame,
right.
And you put the shoulder straps, the hip
belt,
and
stuff on. But it's unreal how like durable that stuff is, and how it doesn't like there's nothing going anywhere with that stuff.
Yeah, and you've had you came out with the Timberline turkey hunting, and I was like, that's cool. You know, but that has, I think it's the Hunter frame on it, the old Hunter frame or the older tactical.
That, or I think it's like the duplex Timberline. I think.
Yep.
What I remember it being.
Yeah, the Timberline, the pat, and then the frame. I think it was the Hunter or the tactical, but it's one of the flatter sheets. Yeah, old frame, but. Yeah. It's like that's always been known as the hauling capabilities, like of a Kifaru. Really? And then we went from that to the Duplex Lite, which is I think you might have had.
That's
one of
what
those.
I have on my Striker XL and the OG Striker.
Yep, and then came out with the ARC after that. Yeah. So, and it's just something we've always like, hey, some packs you have to diligently load, and there's kind of lighter weight. You have to diligently load it to know I can haul it. Or it's going to be uncomfortable. It's like Kifaru's always been, you can throw any weight on it and just start going. Yeah. You don't have to, mess around with it, which can be, it's going to hurt your body probably at some point too, because it's still heavy
weight. You can overpack.
Yeah, exactly.
You have the ability to overpack.
Yeah, you're sitting there like, man, I can get this bull in 2 trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like a crazy story on that. I know I told you guys this, but like I bought the Manimal as like a whitetail pack then, I think a year ago. And I had the idea, I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy this thing. I have Striker XL that I use, like, that's for my, like, primary stuff, but I needed something that Chantel, my wife, could use, too. So I bought that Manimal, and then last year, elk hunting, killed this bull, and she packed a quarter with that, like an elk hind quarter with the Manimal, and, like, that's, like, I never would have expected that could even do it, but it was no problem.
Yeah,
like,
it was on the 22-inch frame. Yep. Yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah, so. Like even those 22s, like you're deer hunting and you pack in, or going instead of staying like even 2 miles, like you probably pack a full deer out with that.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Like
I did that this year.
Yeah. Like still a very sturdy frame. Like even like my fiance, we have a 22-inch frame on her, and it fits her well. Yeah. And that's something that we've like other companies can't fit females or just shorter torsos. Like we have the 2 options: 25 that's going to fit majority of everyone. It fit everybody in here. And then a 22-inch frame for the shorter torsos. Yeah,
I actually like that 22, even for like myself for whitetails, because like you're putting it up on a tree, or you're going in and out of like thick cover. Like you're just, that 3 inches doesn't sound like a lot, but that makes a lot of difference, especially when you're trying to like clear up overhead height. Like I always draw the analogy of like, I don't know, like a football analogy, like the big like cowboy collars or whatever.
Yeah. Football. Here we go again.
Yeah, could have went pro, just tore my ACL,
But like, you got all that stuff over your head. Mm-hmm. It's like if you can drop that down, you can get in and out of stuff. That's the reason I like don't love turkey vests, is because like I've got stuff on me that now I can like. When I don't, I can just like sneak behind or sneak between like really tight, stem count stuff without making any noise.
Yep,
and that's the same in the pack world.
Yeah, and the Manimal is designed with that, with the 22-inch frame, and then that with Levi and stuff. Like that's a whitetail centered pack. Yeah. So we sell that 22, and like it still is very comfortable. Yeah. But then again, it's like it's so our systems are so modular, so you can take that 22-inch, and then you can put a Striker on it, Striker XL, or you can put a Hellbender on there. Some of the bigger packs like the Hoodlum and Absaroka, like it's still like it fits better on a 25, but they can still kind of fit on the 22. It's just you have to like not put the heavy stuff at the bottom because it's going to hang lower. Okay. So it still fits, but for the 22-inch frame, like the Manimal, the Striker, and the Hellbender, like it's going to fit the best. And the new 22 mag.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's super cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're talking about that frame being like super strong and it can hold this much weight, but it goes so far beyond that. You know, a steel beam can hold a lot of weight, right? But like just the way they're configured and engineered, they make a lot of weight manageable. You know, like you said, your wife is carrying a hind quarter of an elk. That's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And she's not, I mean, she's fit and everything like that. So she's got the other components woven in there. The pack's not doing everything. But it's just the way it carries its weight is critical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Very critical. And like the one thing is like if you can get on your 2 feet, then you're probably gonna be good. You know what I mean? Like get up, you have that weight, you kind of really don't know what it is. But I know for a fact, like last year, me and my brother, we went backpack elk hunting. He was with us. We killed one bull first, 3 days in, and we did that one bull with 3 guys in one trip. Jeez. So I had hind quarter, front shoulder, loose meat, head, all of camp, and then
that's over 100.
Oh, it's my body weight. Yeah, like 160. Like it's up there. Yeah, because 65 pounds for the one hind quarter. Yeah. You know, and then you're 40 pounds for your just your pack alone if you have camp and stuff. Right. 35 probably, but yeah, it's. But the thing is, like, I got on your 2 feet, and we were 6.5 miles back too. So it's just like one foot in front of the other, and I was struggling. Like that was the first time when I was like, dang, like I'm crazy.
For the first time ever, I was ahead of Kenny. Yeah, it was great.
yeah.
R.I.P. your knees.
But then he's like, I want to try that because I think you had a front shoulder and then a loose bag of meat, right?
Yeah. And I was cruising, just getting photos of everything. So it was kind of nice to have them a little bit slower.
Yeah. 3 days later, my brother killed a bull in the same spot. So I was like, he was like, I'll try a hind quarter and a front shoulder. And then he was way behind.
That's a lot of freaking weight.
But like we did it. And that's the one thing I like to tell people is that you can pack that and it's going to be heavy and it's going to hurt, but your recovery time, like some packs will just destroy your hips or just like, you're all messed up. So it's going to take you a bit. Like we shot my bull, packed it out, cut it up, and went back home, got it all taken care of, and went back out the next day and packed back in 6.5 miles, shot another bull, and then did it again.
Man, that's wild.
Just your recovery time's quicker. Like you can just kind of keep going. And like for us, like I love hunting, like my fall, so I want to keep going. Right. But yeah, it's insane once you can. One thing I always like to say is like, just try them all. Like if you can, even at a trade show, just go get some weight, put them on. Once people put on weight with a Kifaru, they're like, okay, like I understand. Like every pack fits the same.
Immediate. It's crazy. It's comparing to other bags on the market and stuff, and it's like, there's obviously a lot of great stuff, but when I first put a Kifaru pack on, I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Definitely. That's unreal. That's one of those like pack weights when you get back to the truck and you like sit on the tailgate and you're just like, dude, there's like no better feeling than that. That's like the best.
Yeah, you show back up and it's like it's midnight, 1 p.m. Yeah. Sometimes you're sitting there, it's like, all right, we got there. Yeah, that last mile is always like,
and that's all you're thinking about is like, just get to the truck. Yeah. And
want a burger.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's awesome.
It's sweet.
What'd you say? You said
I said thinking about a burger, thinking burger and a beer.
That's my number one.
Yeah.
We should. I mean, total sidetrack.
I love it.
Yeah. What is your post big hunt pack out meal?
Okay.
Apparently for Colt, it's burger.
Yeah, I'll take a burger and beer.
I'm trying to think. We went and got burgers after.
Beer for sure.
Yeah.
I'd probably go like cold prepared grocery store chicken tendies. Like sauced up.
Very specific.
Yeah.
But like not microwaved. I kind of want them just cold,
I think for me, it's 2 options. It's either a burger or pizza. Yeah. And then, or the same time, if it's been a long, get both.
Yeah.
Get burger and pizza.
Totally.
Yep.
Dude, we housed that whole pizza.
We did. We both got individual pizza. Killed a buck in the high country and then packed it out. Went to the closest town that has a pizza place, and we both got individual, like, I don't know, medium, large
family
pizzas,
size
big pizzas, and ate the whole thing. Like, it didn't feel good after, but it felt good in the moment.
But you knew you could do it. You just burned like a million
dude.
calories hiking out of there.
That terrain, that spot was gnarly too. Yeah,
man. I like, it's cliche. I would I don't know if there's a Culver's near where I'm at, I would crush a Culver's burger and a root beer. But the other one that
I love the root beer call.
Yeah.
And there really shouldn't be another choice.
No,
Yeah.
but the other one that I like, and this I have a good memory of, like with my dad, killed that buck in out west a couple of years ago, hiked it out, and we ended up. It was hot. It was like an early season hunt. We needed to get ice, so we just had like a truck camp set up. So we're like, oh, let's take the deer into town, get ice, whatever. We get into town. It's probably like 12:30 in the morning, and there's a McDonald's that's still open. And we go through the drive-thru and we each got 3 McDoubles. So 6 McDoubles and 2 large Cokes.
How many McDoubles you want?
Dude, oh my God.
This is the most.
And I would just like that, for whatever reason, that hit so good. And I like got back, got the deer on ice, all that stuff. And the next morning, like we didn't set an alarm because it's like we get back, it's like probably 1:45. Like it's late, you know? And like that feeling of like going to bed that night, and just like, we don't have to wake up in the morning, and you got a full belly full of McDoubles and Coke.
Yeah, gonna pay for it in the morning.
Yeah.
I generally am like, give me a big greasy burger. I'd say that is my number one, but like good pizza would be a close second, maybe tied for first. Where a buddy and I hunt bears in Washington. When you come off the mountain, there's like this just like insanely awesome, like legit one of one pizza joint. And so definitely in that situation, I'm going with the pizza. Like I
like it.
Yeah, it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
12 out of 10.
Totally.
Yeah, I think you're just like, also like probably if it has like fat and salt in it, like I want it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. The fat, like the cheese. I crave cheese when I'm like out and coming, going back into town. But I think a good pizza shop is the one thing. Like I like the one we like hit when we're coming back home, Pinky G's in Jackson. Yeah, that one's so good.
What about the crispy crust from
the crispy crust? Crispy pan crust?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It still hit. It still hit.
It was great.
We ate it. But the McDonald's thing, we were turkey hunting a few weeks ago and both killed birds, but it's like we're hunting western birds. So we hiked 8 miles still that day. Killed birds on opening day, and we're driving back. And we're like, we can literally head back home now. I'm driving back, like, what should you get? And like, there's McDonald's on the side. What did we order?
Burger bundle. I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah,
it's a burger bundle. All right,
This is crazy.
Is that like a real thing?
It's
or
a real thing.
No, it's a real thing.
Yeah. So it's 2 McDoubles, a 20-piece chicken tender.
It's 2 Big Macs. It's 2 Big Macs.
20-piece nuggets, and then 2 large fries for one person. We crushed both of them. And just
like
miserable.
Individually.
Yeah.
We're driving back.
Oh my God.
We didn't eat like all day.
Dude,
like,
you need to do the numbers on like what
calorie
how many
numbers?
calories.
No,
Had to
don't
be
do that.
insane.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
We were uncomfortable.
we were not feeling good on the drive back.
Yeah.
Dude.
Sitting there like, oh my, we showed back up at home like 1 or 10 p.m. just late, and we're like, I couldn't even sleep for a while. Just laying there like my stomach hurts.
Yeah.
Worst decision ever.
Yeah.
Burger bundle, no.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we'd probably do it again. Like,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We'd probably
You
do it
gotta.
again. Yep.
It's
In
one
the
of those
moment.
things.
In the moment,
Oh,
it
it's
was
great.
Dude, the first
Yeah.
bite was like, this is it, and then the last bite was like, that was not it.
Let me out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
I love it. That's too funny. Well, so you talked about your packs, and like I think that's one thing that's somewhat unique about the Kifaru. Like you mentioned the word modular, right? And they really are customizable in that way. So maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, and you can kind of like say the hoodlum, like a big expedition pack. It has attachments where you can put like belt pouches on it, and you can kind of mix and match where you want. Like I like running a medium and a large on the back, and then run a lid on top. But like you can run it how you want. You can run it slick with nothing. Some people don't like having a lid. You could take it off, and then kind of. And the compression straps will change out wherever you want your pitch. So you can change it on, whatever angle you want, or however you want to attach, stuff to the side of your pack. We have a gun bearer, like you can have the front carry of a rifle, or you can strap it to the back of your pack, It's like even your whitetail setup
Dude,
could
I
be
was just
different.
going to call that out.
Yep.
Like, so yesterday we were shooting photos of that new pack that you guys have coming out, and we shot. So I wanted to put my tree stand on it. So I took a Lone Wolf Custom Gear .5 that had sticks on it. The stand alone without the sticks would have been like no problem with like no matter what your compression strap situation is. But because I had those sticks on there, there's a little bit of like a standoff from the platform to like obviously the 4 sticks stacked on each other like adds some depth. So literally just swapping out like the standard clips that come with it that cinch the bottom of the Sherman pocket to the bottom of the pack. and then going to the more expandable,
the compression straps.
Yeah, exactly. Like that made all the difference in the world, and that's exactly how I would run that pack.
Yeah, because all of our compression straps have slotted buckles, so you can mix and match. Like I think they were snap locks were on the bottom, so like that's going to keep it tight to the bag. But you can take it off and you can put on the compression straps and it links it out. You know, and the Sherman pocket with that setup is like perfect. Totally. You know, that's a hang stand that you're putting on there, not even like a platform for you know a saddle. So. The modularity, like you can mix, you know, go with that, or you can put belt pouches onto that bag as well. You know, like accessory, like sometimes people, you know, we do have a lot of options.
Yeah,
so it's kind of tough.
Nuts.
Yeah, you can go crazy and like, you know, it's something is finding out your system and going with it. Like for some reason, I just like having that medium and large on the back of a pack. So even a Striker XL, I'll put the same thing that I would on a hoodlum to compare to that. Or you can get an Absaroka, which has sewn in pockets on the back. Sure. All you need to do if you're adding an accessory is a lid, you know, or you can add a Sherman on the back on the back of that as well. But like we have some more simplistic bags or more something that you can go crazy with.
That's my go-to on the Striker as well, is like the large pocket and the medium. I keep like my kill kit in the large, and then like I've got like snacks and stuff in the medium, and then like that frees up your whole backpack for like layers or like whatever. Like if you want to throw in extra gear, like you got that camera gear, all that stuff. Like you just now you moved to your main space and like you can have it closer to your body.
Yeah, and also it's, you know, you have the frame already. And some people, like if you're going on the website, you're going to see a 350, you know, a certain price item lower for a bag. And you're going to be like, why is it more for this? It's because the frame. Sure. So you have an external frame first, you know, get the arc frame. Once you get the frame, you don't have to buy it again. You know, $500 and then you're done buying that. You're going to have that really for as long as you can go. Like maybe you might have to replace a shoulder strap like if something happens, but the frame itself you can have. Then you can just get different bags. So if you want to get a backpacking bag like a hoodlum, then you're like, God, I want to get a smaller bag like a Striker XL. You just get the bag only, and then you can attach that onto your frame. So it's just whatever you want for your gauntlet of bags, you know. You can just get different bags and attach it to the frame.
That is super cool.
Yeah. But, yeah, very modular. Everybody's different. Like, you like different setups. You like different setups. You know, it's just you get what you want, you get what you like, and just roll with it, you know. Or if you want to try something new, we have so many different options, you know. And something I say, like, if you're just going to get one accessory, I would say the Sherman pocket. Just because you can add it onto every bag, and you can lengthen it out if you want to strap something to the back, you know, and it flips upside, like, down, so you can put the buttstock of a rifle in there and strap it to the back.
Definitely. I did that. I noticed that, or I obviously knew that was a thing, and I'm like, when am I going to use that? Killed a buck. Actually, that buck I killed last day of gun season this year. Had my Sherman pocket drop down, just put the gun in there, had the whole buck in there. Like, it was totally fine. Then your hand's free going out, and we got a bunch of snow that day. So like it made getting out a lot easier versus like if you got something in your hand, you know, like now you can kind of like scramble a little bit, you know, using your hands, which is super nice. So
no, it's very modular. That's something we've always been. And, you know, sometimes it's nice being simplistic, and some people are, which we have those options, but it's nice being able to mix and match what you want.
Totally. Yeah, I'm definitely more on the simplistic side. I like the Absaroka. The pockets are built in. It's super water resistant for camera gear. I just put everything in there, and I just kind of forget about it. But, yeah, that's what's great is, you know, some people like to really get crazy, and we've seen some crazy stuff with people, how they attach stuff. But you can do it. So it's like if you can think of it, you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is like a personal preference thing, and it's nice to have the flexibility to do that. Like some people want a pocket for everything, and then some people I want zero pockets. Like I'll just put it all in the main bag or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, and the versatility of a good pack, like, you know, I've got that Timberline that I got forever ago, right?
I was just going to bring this up.
Thing in Alaska, right?
Yep.
Really, when I got that, the last thing that I ever thought I would use it for is turkey hunting.
Some
people like Eric might even make fun of me for using it for turkey hunting.
Hey, it wasn't Zach Fehrenbaugh made fun of you first.
Well,
I did
you
not.
helped.
I agreed.
You didn't
and
tell
also,
him.
it wasn't just
flex.
me. It was Graham. It was...
You were my friend, and you did not tell him
You
to stop.
didn't help. That's...
Drop in the comments if you think Muck has made fun of your backpack.
So I don't use it all the time.
Yeah.
But when I like to carry, like, you know, that decoy is like a pretty big decoy. It doesn't really collapse down. Like, it doesn't fold. And so I'm like, dude, I'm just going to put it in this thing. Like, I like it better than the carry bag that it came in, which is like completely tattered and the strap is broken off of it.
Yeah, it's hanging off your hip.
Yep.
Yeah. So I shoved the whole decoy in there, and then I've got room for snacks, and my water bottle holder is on the hip belt, and it's camouflage. Like
I will give you credit, Mark. I will give you credit. You have always said you can make a big pack small, but you can't make a small pack big.
This is true.
Wise words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw something else that I like about having a pack, like a larger frame pack when I turkey hunt. It's like an automatic backrest. Like even if you're not against a tree, you still kind of get that lumbar support and can lean back into it.
Or let me hit you with this automatic pillow.
Yeah.
Picture this.
I've used it for that.
10:45 a.m. Birds aren't talking. You got a nice sunny spot, cool
Our last
breeze.
2 days.
Yeah. Drop that backpack down behind
Except
you.
the sunny spot.
Yeah.
Good night.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, anything you want to keep cold, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But I don't know. I dig it for that. And then I'm hands free. Like I saw you walking around with your decoy, holding it in your hand, Eric.
I know.
That had to be very cumbersome.
To be fair, a strutting decoy, I don't know that you're fitting that in a.
Okay, probably not.
Like,
Probably not.
It's that thing is.
It's large in
oversized.
charge.
Yeah. But yes, I do agree.
But man, like I said, I've had that pack for forever, and it's still ticking, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. No, we get at trade shows and stuff. We're at shows and people come up like, "Hey, I've had a bag since 2002. Like, I love it," or earlier than that. And it's just like, it's longevity. You know what I mean? Like, something is buy once, cry once, right? Like, we are expensive and stuff, but it's gonna last. But it's really like, what's the difference between $200 between other brands? It's like you're gonna get that and you're gonna have it for a long time.
Definitely. Yeah.
And like, it really follows the lines of any premium product. You know, like you said, buy once, cry once. Like, do you want to go through buying like 5 packs that you ultimately, number one, you had not good experiences with them. Your time of field was compromised likely in some fashion before you're like, well, great. Not only did I have these terrible experiences, I bought these products I don't want. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's merit to within reason if you can, right?
Yeah.
And the durability aspect, like, you can abuse that thing. And what's fun is like our job is to abuse it. Like, we can freely
find the fail
do whatever.
points.
Yes, like we're trying to. And like when you do that and you're like, dude, we make such it's incredible. You know?
Sweet.
Yeah. Like
that is super cool.
Sometimes like I killed a cow elk one time. It was like a mile from the truck. So I loaded like as much as I could onto it. Yeah, and I just couldn't get one front shoulder on, but I had both hindquarters, a front shoulder, all the loose meat. And
yikes.
No pack failure. I dragged that one shoulder on the ground, but like,
holy smokes,
it was insane. But no failures. Everything.
One
fine.
of the craziest, we were talking a lot about your moose hunt the last couple days.
Yeah,
and like when you're packing that head of that moose out, it looks like a cartoon because not only the moose is obviously huge, but like you just don't expect to see someone having that much like weight on something made of fabric and it like retaining. It's like it's kind of like a mind trip type thing. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, think about this: like that head, or I don't know how much. It's definitely more my body weight and everything that was on there. But the base pack, like that thing by itself, was 6 pounds. Yeah, and it's carrying all that weight.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
kind of what I'm trying to say. It's like it's unbelievable that something so small can then carry and like hold such a heavy load.
Yeah,
like it's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's impressive, and that's something like even on that moose hunt, I was like, this is gonna be awesome. Like this is really the heaviest animal you can pack out. Right. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing else, and it did flawless.
Yeah.
Like,
and what pack was that again?
That was the Hellbender.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So the Hellbenders is the just like the Striker XL. It's a quick access to the load shelf. Yep. So you just unclip the compression straps and boom, put meat in and go. Like that is when you're going on like moose hunt, right? Yeah. Recently,
right.
Finding out. But like a drop camp, it's just nice because you already know your camp's there. For sure. So then just have a day style pack and something that's load hauling, and like you're just throwing big old moose cord in the back of that and just start going.
That is super cool.
Yeah, no, it worked great for that style of hunt. But then we go into the high country and we have big bags. It's like all of our packs do have load shelves as well. So if you need to use them, we have videos. You can detach the bag, put the meat in the load shelf, and start going. I preferably would like to haul it in the bag no matter what. Like if I can fit quarters into a bag, like if Colton's with me, then we split up the meat on a deer anyways. Sure. Usually it's going to be all in the bag, but there's times when you're solo, like in elk hunting, you're going to have to use it with the load shelf. And it's just nice being able to take it off, put that in there, have the camp on, and start hauling.
Yeah, I don't know. We've talked about that moose hunt so much, but it's like when you see that thing like carrying that, it's just like holy smokes, that's unreal.
We were talking about moose yesterday. Apparently, maybe that's my sign as well. I don't know, but
I like it.
The scale of a moose is just something you can't comprehend unless you're standing over one.
Yeah.
And Eric, yes, hopefully you'll be doing that here at some time fairly shortly. But
fingers crossed.
I mean, like, even like everything I always talk, like even like the nostril, you're like, I didn't know a nostril could be that big. Like it's just they're incredible.
It looks ridiculous. Like you walk up and you're like, wow. And then cutting them up, it's a process.
Yeah,
like,
it's like a Clydesdale with antlers.
Yep.
Like it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Like going from that, shooting that, and then a week and a half later, I shot a bull in Wyoming, and I walked up on him like, this thing's tiny. Yeah. Like bull elk, just laying on the ground. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be quick work.
Quick perspective change of like one thing to the next.
Yeah. No, it's nuts. But it's like, man, they're heavy, and like you got to pack them out, and having that system where you can use it with mule deer to elk, and then also to moose. It's like you can use that for every aspect. Totally. You don't have to get a beefier frame for it. But yeah.
What's your guys' favorite pack in the lineup?
I'll go first. So I think I would say hoodlum because you have the size. So you have the size 6,500 cubic inch bag. You add some accessories, it goes even farther. You have the size to pack for 10 days, but then you can compress that down and pack for one. Like we get
I'm
it all
a big
the time.
fan of that.
Yeah.
And I guess the other thing I'm a
Mark
fan
would
of.
use it turkey day hunting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The other thing I like about that though is because like your pack really is a system, and you do learn how to use it over time and
I
optimally.
Totally agree
and
with that.
5 hunts later, you're like, oh, actually, if I do this with this strap, whatever.
Right.
But when you're intimately familiar with that pack, you can just like shift on the fly to really any situation.
Yeah.
And it's not like a huge. Like you're saying, the frame is the frame oftentimes. So the weight differential is really like some fabric. Big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you have the space, and that's something like you'll have, at shows, like even some younger guys that are looking at packs, like, and I just tell them like, hey, like I know, like from your, like just buy one. Like I'm gonna recommend just get the hoodlum, like because they're like, oh, I only do like 2-3 days. I'm like, you're gonna end up doing 5. You're gonna end up doing a week. Like just get this, and like you're not gonna regret it. You know what I mean? Because that's something I get. Like people have a certain price. Like you want to get this and you want to stick with this. It's like you can't just keep buying stuff. It's like you get the big bag, they'll take you wherever you need to do. It's just hoodlum, and then I'll add a medium large, and then a KU lid on top, and then that's it.
Yeah, I was kind of touching on mine earlier. I like the Absaroka and a 25-inch arc frame. I'll put a couple bell pouches on the waist belt, but I'm kind of lazy. I just like to put it in the bag, and it's got built-out pockets, so it's just
another 6,500 cubic inches.
Yep.
Too.
Yeah, it's another big bag, and it cinches down just like the hoodlum super well. So we've been out 5 to 7 days. So you can you're covered on that. But no, it's great. It's super water resistant. So if I've got all my camera gear and all that, that's the main reason mostly. I don't have to worry about running a pack cover, so I just throw it in there. Not worried about it leaking through or anything like that.
Man, that is really nice. We were talking the other day about pack cover that we lost in Alaska that resulted in the loss of a camera shortly after. That would have been a clutch pack to have on that.
That was some wild wind. It just like ripped off of the pack.
It was like a kite. It just was like it didn't even go like laterally. It just went up. It was like, huh.
I think we've all seen like a Walmart plastic bag just like going off into the Yeah, it was like that, but a pack cover.
That space balloon that got shot down over the United States.
Yeah, Montana.
That was that pack cover.
Yeah, it was actually a pack cover. Yeah, it flew over the States. Yeah.
I was driving yesterday. Totally, you made me think of this, and it really matters not to this conversation. But I saw a foil balloon in the air that probably some unlucky child had lost, and I said to myself, I'll find you later in the backcountry somewhere.
Totally. Yep.
The amount and places that I've found foil
crazy.
Balloons is like...
It's wild.
I mean, one of them was in Alaska. I was moose hunting, and it was like stuck in this tree. Like it was
that
just
is
like,
insane.
That's
where
crazy.
did that come from?
Yeah. The story of that balloon.
Right.
Yeah.
Every time I'm shed hunting, if I find like a Mylar balloon, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find a shed.
I was
like,
just gonna
without
ask,
a doubt.
I was just gonna bring this up. Like,
usually,
do you buy into the fact that like there's a shed or a buck like nearby?
That I don't know. I know I found one. I was bear hunting Idaho, and had shot this bear on the other side of this canyon and hiked down, and actually like. I remember like figuring out my way down. I'm like, oh, I need to figure out I might not be able to go up that on the way out. But at the very bottom of this just hellish canyon was a Mylar balloon.
It's crazy where they end up. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Brief side.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
shed
think I'd buy
hunting.
into
We were shed hunting about a few months ago, and I think we did like 8 or 9 miles. But
That's when you found that 4-point.
Yeah, found a Mylar balloon. I'm like, man, this is it. I'm gonna find a shed, and then soon enough, like 200 yards later, found a good 4-point shed.
Crazy.
All right.
Unreal.
I don't know. Maybe.
Might be something to it.
Yeah. And by the way, always pick those up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Throw
Good
them.
luck. It's good luck.
It is good luck. Yep. Pretty good.
And
omen.
just you don't want to see it out there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Yeah.
I also love the Absaroka. Same water resistance. I love specifically the big U-shaped zippers, so you can open it up and see everything inside of it, which I like because I like to organize things really specifically. And then there's another chamber on the front to put my hard gear or tools or whatever I need. But I'll also just say the Hellbender just to switch it up.
Yeah.
So that's my
where I was
second
gonna
one.
go.
Yeah. It's just like an awesome Absaroka 2 is you could do like we were saying like day pack or like 5+, and I think Hellbender is the same thing. It's like awesome day pack, awesome 3-day pack. You could push it to a 5-day pack possibly
With a camp bag.
Yeah.
Like it's only 2,300 cubic inches, but you can add stuff into that load shelf.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's mine.
Yeah, the Hellbender is a
That's super
workhorse.
cool.
Yeah, I've packed out more animals with the Hellbender than anything else. Yeah,
Really?
It's day style pack, for Western hunting, like for day style elk hunting, dude. That thing is awesome. Yeah, get ammo
And it
down.
stays light, It's like throw it in the truck or keep it in the truck.
Yeah, it's lined with X-Pack, so it's a waterproof material.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
like that Cordura will soak up that blood that's in the striker or whatever, but the X-Pack, so you get home, blood all over it, just rinse it off, go next hunt.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I usually don't, and then it starts stinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. One hunt to the next, and you're like, oh, that's 3 animals later, and it's just like
I got to do something here.
And sometimes
dinner bell.
Yeah.
it dries, and so you're kind of like, it's
good.
fine.
Yeah.
But then when it gets wet again,
That's when it
We
springs
start
to
hiking
stink
around.
out.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not fun.
No.
That is not fun.
nobody likes
No.
that.
Yeah.
Well, Eris, I mean, you're talking about your favorite pack. Let's talk about this apparel a little bit, though. So, let's talk about. When did you guys think as a company, you're like, all right, we're gonna go, deeper into this?
I think sometime in 24 they were talking about it internally, and then I got connected with them. I guess end of summer or fall of 24 is when I started talking to them. It was just organic conversations. We probably talked for a month or so before I made the decision, and it was kind of an easy decision to make. They wanted a premium apparel program that could stack up against sort of the bigger competitors and the legacy brands and stuff.
Yeah.
That sounds like, at least to me, from your perspective, I would think that's very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Versus okay, we're coming out with a price point thing.
Right.
It's not going to be this. It can't be that. And it's that would just seem kind of crushing.
Yeah.
Right. It was really no handcuffs, which was an awesome, kind of pitch to me. And, that was really exciting and obviously collaborative, but they were balls in your court,
Yeah.
kind of you need to pull it off, so
This better work.
this better work.
Yeah.
So that was kind of exciting too, though, because I knew I could do it. So and just the brand is 30 years old next year, has a lot of history, has a lot of trust and loyalty, and you have to nail it for people to really get into it. So that was cool too. And then just thinking of it was I kind of wanted to build a full program of something that was recognizable and relatable. Wasn't you didn't need too much education, but as a hunter, you're oh, I obviously need base layers, I need a mid layer, I need pants, I need insulation, right? And those are things you can trust, and kind of feeding off of what has already been done with durability and commitment to materials. It's we also need to champion windproofness. We also need to champion breathability. We need to hit all the hallmarks of what makes, kind of these more top tier brands, stand out with, characteristics and a little bit of novelty maybe. And just to stand out a little bit, So, I mean, we kind of fast tracked it a little bit. We pushed it off. We wanted it a little earlier, but I was able to push it, so we can get more testing done and better fabrics and, better construction techniques in. And, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Cool,
That's
man.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, that Rome cross layer is the one that like stands out for me as like the coolest piece. That test that you did with like the water and the air like moving through it. Yet then like you flip the cup upside down. Maybe explain that because I'm going to do a way worse job of explaining that.
The magic cup.
Yeah, it's basically a breathability test, but it's also showing off its basically not waterproofness, but like water resistance, great water resistance. But it's done completely with the density of the weave in the fabric. So there's two basically cup chambers. The one on the bottom's empty. You put the fabric inside the grid fleece down, and then you put basically another chambered cup with two open ends on the top, and you fill it with water. The video's on our YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I forget what it's called, but you can see the demonstration. But yeah, you fill it with water, and it doesn't break the surface of the fabric. And there's also a pump on the bottom, which would represent your body. And when you pump it, it's pushing the air bubbles through. That's showing it doesn't break the water doesn't break through. It keeps it water resistant, but it still stays lightweight and breathable. Which is, I was shopping fabrics around, and I went to a mill that I've worked with for a long time. And I was literally like, I need something new. I need something cool. Show me everything you have. And they pulled that out. And I was like, oh, this feels kind of cool. And I kept looking at it. And then, one of the merchandisers was like, well, look at this. And she pulled that test out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need all of the fabric that you have, And I ended up hounding them to get the cup itself. Yeah. And, it took a couple emails and a couple like promises, and they tell me that I'm the only customer that has it, supposedly.
It's super cool.
There you go.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Like from a demonstration standpoint, it really you see a lot of different things out there of like trying to like illustrate capabilities of different products, whether it's apparel or whatever, but that is one that like is truly memorable because it actually like.
Seeing is believing,
Yeah, it's really cool. And it feels good, too. Like, it's one thing to have, like, a material that has that capability, but then if it feels kind of, like, crunchy or rigid or whatever, like, doesn't move with you, like, you're kind of off it. But that thing, like, does both. Like, it feels great, moves with you, but then it also has, like, all this tech into it that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, even on my side, like, seeing it, I was like, well... One, like the tech is there, like you're saying, but it's also like I knew that people would respond to it, and it's just like that's what's going to push it over the edge, which was
for sure
super cool.
Yeah.
Well, and definitely, I know there's a difference between waterproof and water resistant, but I've definitely worn throughout my lifetime a lot of different things, whether it's on the hunt side or the fish side or whatever, where it says waterproof, breathable, and you're like, I don't know, like. I'm sweating an awful lot in here.
Yeah. There's definitely a saturation point. There's so much, there's so much education that like has to happen, but also just from a customer side, like how much can you absorb, right? You're just like, I don't know. I just want to stay dry, and will I be comfortable, and will I be cool when it's hot and hot when it's cold, or warm when it's cold, and that's really what's important. And the how, I don't know. It can kind of get lost sometimes, which is hard, but I think people, I think different than a pack side, realistically, like apparel is just a little more delicate, at the end of the day, like you're living in it. Right. So its limits are a little shorter than like a 500D Cordura pack.
I was just going to say like my base layer is not going to be 500D.
No. Right. You don't want to hunt in that. Right.
Totally.
And that's kind of like the trade-off. But I think I think some of the education that would be helpful is like if people or customers kind of thought of it like, you kind of hear all the time in comments like, well, my grandpa hunted in jeans and a flannel, and it's like, 100%. Like you can hunt in jeans and flannel today, and this is like, I probably shouldn't say this, but it's not gear that you need, right? But like as gearheads across the market, it's like, it's a want, not a need. And if you want to like, play around with it and like test it out and just like kind of try new things, which is like part of the thing of the grid fleece is like, there's 1,000 great knitted grid fleeces on the market that I could have chosen, and everyone would have been happy with it, and it would have been a successful product. It's just like, let's just try something new. Let's just do something a little bit different, and luckily it works.
Definitely.
Because you can, you can definitely risk a product like that. But I mean, I'm always going to err on the side of like, doing something different that'll kind of like push our customer also in a different kind of position.
I think that's something that really stands out too. Like we've talked about that when we do that gear and review podcast usually. I was talking about a saddle platform of this last year, and like what I liked about it was that it actually was truly different. Like they intentionally, like, this thing stood out, and similar to like what we're talking about right now on the apparel side of things, like you do something that stands out, you kind of carve out your own little like niche on that, versus like, I mean, like you just mentioned, anyone can make a grid fleece, and slap any logo on it, and you're going to get a certain amount of people that are going to like adopt that and buy in. But I think when you do something that's actually like I think that's really cool.
And it's like you pick and choose, right? It's like part of the ethos of the brand is really like setting that first foot forward, like we were talking about a little bit ago, and it's just like kind of making way for everything else. And you don't do it with everything, right? You do the classics with a base layer. It's like a wool base layer that's super reliable. You do a classic piece of Primloft insulation. That name helps carry it across the line a little bit for you, right? And then you pick something like a grid fleece, or even like the late season pant, which is like a 3-layer laminate that's like more late season, and that thing's a rugged workhorse, right? And that's a little bit different than what other people are doing on the market as far as like kind of like your soft shell pant,
Well, it's a balancing act too, because different for the sake of being different doesn't work, right?
Cordura shirts, it's like
right, yeah,
okay.
And you see that sometimes, right?
You do.
Like, look how
totally
unique this is. Like, it's unique, but it's not
practical. Yeah.
So it's like having something that does both those things, though, is truly a standout for sure.
Yeah. So the initial launch was March of this year, and you guys have, I'm probably okay to say this, you guys have more stuff coming, it sounds like. Like what people are seeing right now isn't representative of like where it starts and ends.
Well, 26 is done, so we kind of did the full program. I thought the insulation was good enough for spring, like spring bear. Or
totally.
And we just wanted to give it a ton of floor space for the whole year and kind of get legs under it, so other people can talk about it for the fall season coming up this year. So 26 is all out, but we already have 27 in testing. Right now I just launched 28. So things are like prototyping kind of constantly. I'm looking at
super exciting.
all types of things all the time, and it's frustrating because it's like I want to do a ton of products all at once, but it's like there's only you have to play it smart, right? You have to make things consumable for people and kind of make the assortments make sense every year. But I think right now it's still just like year to year, like classic. Nice. And just kind of building the system out. So like this year was like, we were talking about like kind of like the broad spectrum, base layer, mid layer, pant insulation, right? And kind of working more on that like innovative side is just like kind of niching down. And, year over year, like even 28, we have like kind of products that are like kind of spacing themselves out to be like, here's the standout piece, here's a new piece, here's your classic that you know how it works, and how you're gonna kind of feed it into your system that you're already running. But here's some like other things that like, hey, like we're trying something new, we're testing something out, and like hopefully you can too.
Sweet, that's awesome.
Love it, man. Love it. Well, let's. I want to jump into your guys' week here. Why the heck do we find you in Wisconsin? You guys have been burning the midnight, all the oil. I don't know, chasing these darn birds around. So let's talk about your week here.
We a couple of Western boys want to go chase some turkeys, some Easterns, different than Merriam's. Talking with Eric, we're just trying to figure out what would be the best, and he led us in the right direction to get some tags, and we picked up a few and headed out here. It's a 16-hour drive.
It's a long trek.
It's a haul, hauled out here, and been chasing birds for the last week, and it's been up and down for sure.
Slowed down.
We were hitting some pieces and just weren't finding birds, and just did a little door knocking. Where it's like, hey, we're here from Wyoming. Just like, hey, is it okay if we go, hunt some turkeys on your property? And
this is the place to do it.
Yeah.
Most of them were like,
yeah, they were like,
where?
What? We got like 100 no's before we got a yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Perfect.
Yeah. But you got a couple guys that are just like, go ahead, have at them. So we went after it quick and got a couple properties around the general area too. So that was nice. But I shot a bird. When was that? On Thursday. Thursday. Yep. Shot the first one, and they beat us off the roost. We just didn't get to them in time, so they're out in this open field. And I was just telling Colt, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have to spot and stalk these, and in an open cut cornfield, so it's literally just dirt. And
just getting back to your western roots.
Yep.
Oh,
and this is funny because I even did that in the west
Very
too,
on
on my
far.
mare.
Yeah.
Like I spot and stalked it. Like we tried calling that bird in 3 times, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna stalk him. And so I crawled out there, and I'm like, I think I can get within like 40 yards of him. Like, and I'm shooting a 20 gauge, so I'm like, I need to get in there tight. And I pop up, and I'm looking over, and I'm like, yeah, they look farther than 40 yards. I'm sitting there, and I hit the rangefinder. I'm like, they're at 115. I'm like, oh, like they just moved a little bit off, and it was 2 longbeards with 3 hens, and so they're strutting around, and the hens are they're walking off, and I'm like, gosh, I'm just laying in the open field, just laying there. I'm like, well, we'll see where they go. Maybe I'll make a quick move, and just laying there, and then the hens turn around, they're walking at me. And I'm in a wide open field with a leafy jacket, just, just laying there. And I just kept my head down, and those hens walked within 10 yards of me. Jeez. I'm in the open, like literally, and the last one kind of was a little closer one, and she's just like softly yelping, but just like looking at, like, what is that? Yeah. And I just stayed still, laying there. And then they walked by, and then I kept peeking up, and I lost track of the gobbler. They kind of went over the hill. Yeah. But I'm like, they got to be coming back.
And I'm filming it, and I'm like, because of the depth perception, I'm like kind of a little bit above them, but I'm back like 80 yards or whatnot. But I can see they look a lot closer than they are. I'm like, dude, like I'm like wondering why isn't he shooting? But yeah, it's crazy just seeing these birds, and they're just a little blob, freaking ghillie suit in the cornfield,
just laying there,
just some field dirt.
Yeah, don't mind me.
Yeah. And finally, I see gobbler heading my way, just one of them, and one of them we thought was like maybe a Jake, just at a distance. You couldn't see the beard, hanging off. And but as it got closer, I was laying there. I'm like, oh, it's a long beard. It just has like a thin, and we looked at it like it's like beard rot. Yep. But looking, I'm like, oh, they're both long beards. And the one that had the thin one was actually more dominant bird. Like he bred a hen right in front of when I was laying there. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm shooting either one of them. Like they're coming in. Yeah. But I see the one coming right at me, and he's like, and he was way more like, that is weird. Like he's just looking at me like, you go and then you start eating and look, and just kept getting a little closer. And I'm like, God, he's got to be within range, So I slowly, like legit laying down prone, like a rifle, like just brought it up, laying prone, shot him, dumped him. Yeah. And it was big bird too. Like, nice hooks on him and stuff. And ran up there and spot and stock bird the first one, And so got one bird down, and, we got multiple tags. So kind of keep after it. I was trying to get Colt in a bird, and we got one roosted finally. So like that was the first bird we had. We had a roosted, so we're like, we're gonna hunt him right off the roost. And that was a permission piece as well. And we went in there.
Set up
going,
terrible.
This is where us turkey hunters
we're definitely not any like pro turkey hunters by any means.
No.
There was this spot that we just kind of set up, and we roosted this bird 70 yards.
He was on the edge of another property line, but there's a timber in between him and the field that we're on, and he was on the edge of that one. Okay, so we're like, trying to call him, and we didn't know, we had never pre-scouted it, so we see just this sea of just like, it's dense, and I'm like, I don't think we can get him, like in my mind, but I'm like, this is our only option because we can't get any closer. And needless to say, that bird's hammering the whole time, like going off. There's even another hen calling to us, like we're like, oh, this might work.
Yeah.
And he pitched down. We literally heard him pitch down. Like, he's probably only like 100 yards from us.
Oh,
not far, but it's just so thick. Yeah. Like he literally had to pitch and try to glide through the trees to get to us. But he pitched down, gobbled a few more times, and shut up. Yeah. It's like, all right, let's go see if we can maybe work our way through that timber. We literally walk up like 10 yards, or not 10 yards, just a little over the hill, and there's a freaking road, like a cat road that went right to where he was roosted. We could have walked up to 50 yards from him, and he would have pitched down, probably came right in. And so that was a bummer. We're like, dang, like, if we'd have known that was there, then would have got super
But how
close.
would you have? That's kind of the beauty of it, right? It's like you figure it out on the fly.
Yep.
Like it definitely is frustrating in a situation where like, hey, there was a very clear way to do this, but like you didn't know, and it's like that's kind of that learning on the go. Like, it's tough sometimes where like tough pill to swallow.
But it's all part of we all know this, but like it's part of the process and it's part of the fun is that learning. So if you guys make it back here again, sometime you're like, oh, I'm putting that in my little mental pocket. Yeah. And the next time we're here and we hear a gobbler,
I'm
you
doing
have your
the
game
thing.
plan.
Yeah. No, that is the fun part of it. And that's something I always tell anyone. Like you're going to learn, the most you're going to learn in every single hunting scenario is learning it. Like it's so hard. Like you're going to listen to this podcast and be like, oh, I'm going to get that down. No, you're going to learn that in the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to have time there. But that bird he went to another property and was just sitting there. He gobbled a few times. We actually thought he got shot. Like, we were sitting there, and he kept gobbling, so I was like, maybe we'll pull him through this, back over. And, boom, we're like, well, bird's dead. Yeah, we're sitting there, and then, boom, he gobbled. So it's like literally that another bird had been shot, like, within 100 yards of him, which was crazy. And he's still gobbling, but just wouldn't come over, so we took off. We had to go pick up Eris from the airport. So we bombed out there, got him, came back and met you. So we made a game plan for the next day. And
after a little Wisconsin fish fry action.
Yep. And we decided to split up, just kind of cover ground. You guys went to one piece, and then I went to one of our permission pieces, and you guys want to tell how you guys went and then mine? How you guys do your first?
I mean, it started out really great. We like walked in there and we had a gobbler like 600 yards kind of straight ahead of us. And we set up in these thorny bushes. And it would, we had to drag him across this field, but it felt really good.
Yeah. It's like, it's a weird spot where like it's predominantly open. Like there's not a lot of tree cover on it, but we're at the later part of the season right now where like I kind of start looking like I almost index into the weird looking stuff versus like, oh, that makes sense, because if it makes sense, there's people probably in there, and they've been in there probably multiple times. So we kind of took a flyer on this place that like we knew a little bit, Mark, from like stuff that we've even hunted in the past together.
Okay.
And you've been there. Mm-hmm. And we like that bird kind of, I was hoping we'd be able to decoy him in, but he ended up calling up some hens to him. Would sit on this ridge and just gobble at us.
Yeah.
He was probably at that point like 350 from us. He cut the distance. I still don't know if it was the same bird that was like a cross or if it was a different bird.
Yeah, but the first like 20 or 30 minutes, they were gobbling all around us. And I was like, man, we are in it right now. They're everywhere. Yeah. And then like that, it was just this one lone gobbler. Yeah. Everything else disappeared. I was like, man, it really like got quiet. But he was really interested, but we just could not pull him off of his little edge. And then he had, like you said, a couple hens with him.
If we just could have cut that distance somehow, and it's always hindsight, just like what you're talking about. Like if you would have made the move, like right when you first had that feeling, maybe it's a different story, but then you go and do that, and he pops over the ridge, and you're sitting in the middle of a field, going at him, and he's gone. So like,
he had perfect vision of that,
and he did not want to leave it. He knew he just had it. Like he could see everything, and he's like, you're gonna come to me. These hens clearly came to me. Like if anyone else is gonna I'm gonna bring you to me.
And he was big too.
Yeah,
so he might have been smart enough.
Yeah,
been around enough.
Long spurred. That had been seen the song and dance a couple times.
Yeah, but he got away from us, and
that's what's sweet about like just turkey hunting. You just have so many opportunities to like learn.
Yeah.
If you mess one up, you got another one. Got one here in an hour. So
totally.
It's just like I guess like anything. It's like a roller coaster of confidence.
Yeah.
And then it's like man,
just doubt everything.
When he completely disappeared on us, it was like the rest of that day too. It got blazing hot.
Oh man, it was brutal.
Yeah,
it was brutal. But before we had started. Then we got a text from you.
Yeah.
That a bird went down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was.
I forgot that was even the same day.
Yeah.
Everything's
it feels like it was a week ago.
Together.
But that was. I went out trying to see if that bird was still in the area that we were on the night before or the day before. And he actually gobbled. And I got in there, tried to see if I could strike him up again because I was across the way, like 1,500 yards, you know, and you could just hear him just, you know. So I went around, got in tighter, probably about 300 yards, and he just would not talk. Yeah. So I'm like, gosh, I don't know. I started hitting the pot call at him, started hitting the box call, and nothing. It's like, man, I'm just gonna go check, because there's one spot where we had a gobbler roosted 2 nights before we went on the other bird, and I was like, I'm just gonna go check and see, you know. And drove over there. I start walking up the hill without even calling. I'm just walking up. Wow, he hits it like 300 yards. Yeah. I'm like, all right, so he's in here, and luckily I heard that, because I went back, got my stuff. I went back up. I located a call, you know, with a crow call, and nothing. Yeah. Like nothing. So I was like, okay. And I just wanted to see general direction if he moved at all. For sure. But I'm like, man, there's one spot where Colton and I set up just below that field the day before. Yeah. And I'm like, if I go there, I think I can pull him off that corner if he's tight there, you know. And so I walked down there. It was quiet the whole time. I got set up. I did set up a hen decoy just in case if he saw visual. And got set up, and I hit the pot call. And something, I am pretty, like, aggressive, or just, like, maybe it's just Western, like, getting bored. But, like, instantly I hit the pot call, nothing, right? So I'm like, a minute goes by. I'm like, man, should I, like, stop up? You know, should I move up and, like, stuff? And then 2 minutes later, then, wow, he gobbles. But he's like, he sounded farther, and I think it's just because of the roll of the hill. He sounded like he was 200 yards up the hill. So I'm like, man, should I move? You know, so I was just like, well, I'm just going to sit here and hit the pot call again. Wow, he answered instantly. And then I'm sitting there, and he, boom, does it again without even calling. I'm like, all right. So sitting there, and then waited, you know, like 3 more minutes, called again. Wow, and he's coming closer. I'm like, all right. Like, I'm sitting here. Then I started getting paranoid, because I'm set up where he has to come through this, like, road, like, super thick on behind me. And I'm like, he has to come down this road, and he can hit that hen. But if there's one trail, like, he can for sure walk by to my right. And if I can't swing if he comes down that way, and he's walking down that edge. So I'm like, I need to get on the other side of that. Like, I'll still be within 25 yards of the decoy. So I moved, and I got set up to where I could shoot out into the field he's coming from, just one good window, and then he'll go right to that hen if he's in front of me. And so I moved over there, set up, and I called again. Boom, he gobbles you like 100 yards, you know. And then what felt like 100, but then he keeps coming closer. I hit it again, and then he gobbled it like 50, and I'm like, so I just stopped, just sat there, and then he gobbles again. He's like close, and then I hear the drum and like boom, like, and I'm like, okay, like he's close, and so I'm just sitting there and I'm peeking out in the field, and then finally I see him walking up. I see his beard, swinging, and he's just walking. I'm like, all right, he's about in that opening, and he goes behind some brush. So I just slowly brought up the shotgun, and then he didn't come out. I'm like, man, is he just standing there? Then I could hear the alarm putt, and as soon as I heard that, I'm like, I gotta shoot him now. So I like leaned back into the brush just to have a window through, and I had to shoot through some stuff, and but I could just see him start to walk away, and that's something that's nice with that Viper red dot, is I just put that dot on his head. I'm at an awkward angle, shot him like 25 yards in the head, and folded him. Yeah, cool, dude. And I was like, I can't believe that just worked. I just called that bird in. He came in on a string. But we were talking about just hearing that drum. It's just like, it gets the blood going, dude.
Yeah.
Just.
And I
was like,
oh, that is danger close.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, he's
when
close.
You hear that, it's going to go. Something's going to happen.
Yep. I'm like, I'm either, and I almost screwed it up, but like, I'm either going to screw this up or I'm going to kill a bird. Like, I'm going to get an opportunity. Oh, yeah. And I shot him and I ran up. And I'm so used to shooting Rios and Merriams, so I see him like, God, it's a big bird to me no matter what, like the Easterns are. And I walk up and I'm grabbing him. I actually had a pounding headache that day, so I was like, after shooting too, I was like, I just wasn't drinking enough water, and we're waking up at 3, 8
cups of coffee.
Yeah, 8 cups of coffee the whole day, a bunch of caffeine. But I went up and I'm grabbing him, like, God, he's a big bird, looking at him. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I texted those guys. I'm like, bird down. I was so pumped. And I wish Colton was there. Like,
it's like one camera guy
made one for filming.
It would have been tough to get the shot like through and maybe it would have been better. I've been more patient. He probably would have just came right down to that road, because I went over where I shot him. He saw the hen. He was going right to her. And the thing is, like, him still pinning me down and he's still focused on that hen. It just shows you how wiry
it's crazy.
He was, know? And I went up. He had a broken tip off his spur and stuff. I'm like, hey, he looks
long
like
too. Like.
Yeah. I didn't know really how big he was until I met up with you guys. And Eric walks up. He's like, dude, that's a huge bird. And I'm like,
I mean, it's every bit of like 1.5 inches. Like.
Oh yeah. I mean, I only saw the spurs, but they were they were legit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Big hooks, and then you were thinking like 26 pound, around mid 20s, like big bird. He had, even the bird I shot was like 1.25 inches, the first one. And that big bird too. But the breast, the size of the breast in the last one, huge, like just body size was massive.
And when that one was like nicked off at the end, I always think that's like an indicator of age. You know, like, because you can get like a really long, I think anyway, you can get long spurred turkeys that are young. I know a lot of people think like, oh, when they're old, they have long spurs. I know I've killed birds. Actually, that one I killed earlier this year that had the fan. There was a bird I shot that had a fan that was like missing 3 feathers. And weirdly, like I had pictures of this thing a year ago, so I knew he was a Tom last year, so minimum 2.
A lot of history.
I mean, seriously. And he got shot this year, which is so stupid to think about with a turkey.
Right. Yeah.
But like then I shot him this year, and like that bird totally changed my perspective on like, oh, long spurs mean like big bird, like old birds, like. That thing had dinky spurs, but I know it's a 3-year-old turkey. You know? So,
no,
that thing was because yours was like chipped like that. I just always think that's an indicator of age.
And just his like body size was huge, big head on him.
Yep.
And it definitely like that was the first, like I will say, like the sound of the gob, like from a Merriam, like that was deep, like just right behind. And then I was like, and I figured, I'm like. In your mind, I'm like, man, I don't think it's a Jake. And then once he got
that's
close,
not a Jake.
He got close and he got, I'm like, that's a long beard. Like that thing's totally big. Yeah. But that was cool. That was, when it works like that, like.
That's how it's supposed to happen for sure.
Came in on a string and managed to get a shot off and, hit him. First one I shot because he disappeared in the grass. I'm like, did I miss him?
Yeah.
And then I stand up and I just see his, feet kicking in the air. I'm like, oh, I got him.
Game over.
Yep.
That's sweet.
Yep. And then met up with you guys, got the bird cut up, and then we went out. Yesterday, Mark joined us, and we decided to. That was the same day Mark joined us. Yep.
Yeah, and that afternoon. Yeah.
Yep. And then we took off, went out, and didn't see anything or hear anything. Walked around. Mark and I walked to the back, and by the time we got to the back, we had to walk to the back.
We got the lay of the land.
Yep.
Scouting.
Nav.
Yep. We scouted up.
We did see.
Oh, we did see hens.
A hen.
Yep.
We saw 2. Yeah.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yep. 2 hens, and then no gobblers, but then went out the next morning.
Yeah.
And that's
weather
when
was terrible.
The weather showed up.
So bad.
Yep. Yeah, it was kind of like pretty good. Decently windy when we first showed up, like part of the trip, and then got good, killed some birds, and then we got joined up and just rain.
Yeah, it was brutal.
And muggy.
And then you guys did end up scratching one out though in the afternoon yesterday too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we left, split up again. You guys had to go do some things, so we went to one of the permission pieces, and drove out there, and we're kind of like, this feels good. You were driving back home, and you're like, dude, like birds are out. Like this feels really good.
Like so many fields that I passed by had birds, and it was crazy.
Yep. So we were pumped up. We were seeing birds too. We actually got permission on a piece. We were driving by, and boom, like we see a strutter out in this field. We're like, let's pull into this guy's house and see. So we pull in, and they're out there milking cows and stuff. And meet up, and they're like, hey, we're just gonna be hunting like literally just right now. We'll see if we, today. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. He's like, I got someone, but he's like, they're not here today. Just try, So we went out, and just 30 minutes too late. Like if we got there and they were back in the corner, and we drove back just to check, and there were hens out in the middle of the field, like starting to work their way out, but the gobblers were still on the edge. So like maybe we could still get to them. So we get set up, we hike back in there, and trying to just call in nothing, just dead silent, and get close just to see if maybe we sneak out there, and they're there. Sneak out, nothing. Then finally I just look across the field. There's the 2 gobblers standing 500 yards away, stand there. And then Colton and I started going just whatever, last ditch, just started going crazy on the calls. And I have like a little voice gobble too that I was trying to like hit.
It worked,
he was
man.
gobbling too.
Yeah. So you could see him gobbling too. You just see you couldn't really hear very well.
Couldn't hear, and it was kind of like cars going by stuff too. But
when they're that far too, it's like you see it more than you hear it. Same thing with like an elk bugling it forever away. Like you see him do the thing, and then like 2 seconds later you hear it.
Yeah. But he was hammering, and there was 2 gobblers, but one didn't care at all. He's like, he kept like, dude, like, let's go,
We got these right here.
Yeah, right here. And he's hammering. He kept walking like 10 yards towards us. And then once we started calling, I literally watched his head turn bright red. Yeah. Like he's standing there looking, and then just like red, like hit. And then he started walking, and then turned back around, and then walked back. He started, half strut, and like, God, I was like, I know we aren't, but it's probably not going to be good odds of pulling them across. But we sat there and messed with them for a while, and then they eventually walked off. So we started going back to another piece that we had, and I'm driving, and I look out in the main part of the field, and I just see a strutter out there, and instantly I'm like, I think like we can come over the back, and we kind of came back. I just want to check them out again, and then we talked. What's it called when the hens or just the birds are out there queebing?
Queebing.
Yeah, not an official term, but that's what we call it.
Yeah,
at least in this hunting camp.
Yeah. So the birds, like I could see the
3
hens.
people in the world.
Yeah, queebing, and for the term, I guess, is the birds. Like it just rained a bunch the night and the morning before, like that day, and the hens were out there just literally chilling. You know, wings out, just doing nothing. They weren't moving at all. And
just kind of looking miserable.
Yeah,
in general.
that's
they
what
look
queebing
miserable.
really like. It's when birds are just like, I'm a queeb.
Yep,
like
sitting there. They were queebing hard, just chilling there. But the Tom was just strutting, like
not a queeb.
Yep, not queeb.
Yeah, he was queeb in the world.
Yep. He was like, he finally got with the hens, and he's like, I got you guys. You're mine. But like I went back and that's when I confirmed. I'm like, hey, we can like sneak up right behind him. And so we drove down, got out, hopped the fence, and then walked along the edge and got to the top. And we actually just came over the top of the backside, and there's 2 hens on that side queebing away. Yeah. Queebing away, and they took off. But then as soon as I got to the back, I'm like, dude, like we're going to get close. Because like on Onyx, you can do the measure the distance. Yep. I'm like, dude, I think we can get 40, like within 40 yards of them, around there. And we get there, and I'm like, Eris, like, get up with me. Like, we're going to crawl up, like, literally, we were like 80 yards probably.
We were at like 120, but we crawled in 82.
Yep, hands and knees just kind of slowly going up.
That was so cool.
And as we were getting closer, I was like, I know they're still going to be here. Like, and then we got to like 60, and
some miscommunication.
I didn't. We were whispering,
and I swear, and we'll check the tape.
Yeah, we'll check the tape. I know for a fact I wouldn't tell him to stand up. Or
I didn't stand.
He didn't stand. He just kind of peeked up.
I think he said try and get eyes on him or something. That's what I understood.
Yeah,
because I was gonna, basically our only option was to kind of like get on our knees and shoot him.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I kind of try and peek over, and he's probably like freaking out inside.
I was literally sitting there just like, what is he doing? Like, oh my.
And I'm like, he told me.
Yeah, he didn't get up like he kind of just crept up and just like looked, and then just went back down. He's like, I don't see him, and I'm like, which that kind of confirmed. I'm like,
they're right here.
They're close. Right. So then they're on the roll, down, and and I'm like, all right, we're good. Like he didn't see him, so I know they didn't spook, and. So I'm like, okay, we're at 60. I'm like, if we get to the top of that, we'll be around 40.
Yeah.
Sure. And so we kept going up, and we got to right at the top, and then finally I just see a hen, look right at us. But when I saw her, I'm like, we're in range, for sure. And we're just like, I'm like, get up, shoot it, like, get up, and gets up, and the strut, he's in full strut, like facing us, and the hens are just like, geez, they're taking off, But he's so confused, he's like getting up, and then Eris did a good job. The hens are running right behind him.
Yeah.
As soon as they cleared, shot him.
Money.
Rolled him. Yep.
That's sweet.
Yep. Rolled him.
It's super cool.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
It's
awesome
so fun when
too.
it works out. And like that's the thing, like late in the year like this, you got to do some like unconventional tactics to make it work. Like you can sit there and say, hey, I'm going to call turkeys in all day long.
Yep.
And like you
Pound your
might
head against a wall.
but it's you gotta if you really want to like if you guys have limited time, you're trying to fill a tag, you gotta kind of get outside the like comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
Or probably actually more into your comfort zone.
Yeah, dude.
You know
what
I mean?
Like after he shot, I'm like, man, I do love sneaking up on for stuff.
I was like, man, we drove all the way out to Wisconsin to hunt birds like a bunch of westerns.
Totally. I'm glad I got the one good
classic
like drumming and
hunt,
stuff like that kind of stuff hunt, but like sneaking up on the bird I shot and then we snuck up on his bird. I'm like, that was fun too.
Definitely.
I was sweating. I was like,
and with the turkey, because you literally cannot be in eyesight of them until you're within shooting range.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like some you can get away with some stuff, especially with elk or just like with deer, like just being still after deer a little more shit, freaked out, but. With turkeys, if you slip up, like
slightest movement,
they're gonna pick you off.
Totally.
But it was cool. Dumped them, and then nice Tom. And but the thing is, like he never gobbled once the whole time.
Right.
Not a peep.
And that you're not going to kill that bird.
Nope.
You're not going to kill him. He's not going to leave his hens. You got to go to him.
Yep.
So it's
went to him and Got one.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, 3
so
birds
cool.
and
got a couple more days.
Yeah.
Well, rest of the day today.
Rest of the day, probably
tomorrow.
early morning hunt, and then we'll start heading back for a long trek.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still have a little time maybe to strike one out.
But buzzard turkey,
yeah,
See
try to get one. Mainly trying to get cold.
Yeah, totally.
It's tough. It's always like, man, do I film? Do I hunt? It's like,
I still have a tag, but I'm like, I'm leaving my shotgun in.
I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna hear
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that to you, but no, it's been awesome. Like in the sheer size of an Eastern compared to like a Merriam and a Rio.
They're different
birds.
for sure.
They're a little different for sure.
Yeah, and even like your bird, like probably 2 to 3 year old.
Yeah.
Like
decent spurs, but
decent
like
spurs and good beard, probably 9-inch beard, but like the bird from yesterday, like the head size was insane.
Oh yeah, huge.
Yeah, it just shows like how even bigger they can get.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's crazy. They're all a little different. Colorations are different. You know, like personalities obviously are way different. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad you guys got to like experience kind of the whole gamut of like what it can be like, including the woes of a rainy day.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like you guys definitely have made, in my opinion, the most of this week and put a lot of work into it because you had some. It's late in the season. You've got some challenging weather conditions, everything from crazy hot to, basically a rain thunderstorm that we got caught, or I think we all got caught in the other day.
Yep.
So yeah, no, it's cool. Like you definitely got to see it all and still have a little bit of time left.
So. Yeah. There's still some. We've definitely it's been a great time no matter what now.
Yeah,
blast. Showing up with you guys and everything.
Heck yeah.
Like it's been awesome. And then getting to tour the facility, like impressive.
Yeah,
so
cool.
Yeah, it's
we
awesome.
Appreciate it. It's we're super fortunate. Like it's a cool place.
Yeah,
definitely don't take it for granted.
No. But it's been awesome having you guys out here, and like Eric said, it's super cool that you guys got to see some of the countryside and chase some birds and kill some birds, and it's been fun chatting prior to the podcast and fun chatting on the podcast. But we should probably get you guys out of here so you
go
can go
fill those last tanks.
No, we really appreciate it.
Thank you,
appreciate
dude.
You guys
absolutely,
and
100%. Happy to do it.
Cool.
Right on.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank
Eric,
you.
thank you. Thanks, everybody out there for listening. If you're in the market for a pack or apparel or other related outdoor goods, check out Kifaru.
Yep. Keep
Good
an eye out
products.
for some exciting things later this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Good products. Great guys.
Yeah.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
There you have it, folks. Thank you very much for listening. As usual, give this video a like if you liked it, comment something below, and give us a subscribe to the Vortex Nation podcast channel. It would mean a lot to us. Also, why don't you give us a follow over on Instagram while you're at it, at Vortex Nation Podcast. We'd love to hear from you over there, and we'll keep you updated with all kinds of cool photos and videos from our adventures that we do here. Otherwise, we will see you on the next one. Thank you again. Happy hunting and shooting, everybody. Have a good one.